Hello, my name is Glenn Lewis, and I am a GSI Tech Support member supporting the AgriDry products. One of the most important things to do is to manage your grain temperature sensors, and I'm going to illustrate that now. If you have ADLink, this makes it a little easier. If you don't, it's not impossible. You just have to go to the controller and check things a couple times a day. So make sure you are going to agridrylink.com. Use your username and password and go ahead and sign in. I'm going to go to my devices, device status, and one of the things as a tech support member, whenever anybody calls me and says something's not working correctly, I take a look at their sensors. Now you can see there's some gray ones out here and some black ones here. The gray ones are sensors that are turned off in the controller, which means these sensors are not being included in this grain temperature average down here. Okay. You can see that there are some sensors that are starting to warm up. There's a 60-degree one, and if you see that, it says 65 right above it. So most likely this sensor and this sensor is probably out of the grain. So let's just take a look at the grain temperature graph here. Now, one thing that you might not know about this graph is that you can actually remove these items from the list. So you can see this yellow line here. As I toggle this button, it turns off. So I'm going to turn off all of these until, okay, you see how that one just kind of changed. So I don't want to change that one. And I'm probably not going to want to change 4 because that's above it. So let's skip down to 8 and 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's changed a little bit there. So we'll unmark that one. And then 14, okay. 15, I'm not sure where that's at. That might be in behind one of these other lines. So let's skip to 20, 21, 22, 20, oh, not 23. Let's just make sure. Yeah, 22 is definitely still in the grain. So let's see what some of these are here. So you can just kind of arrow over it. And what we're looking for are the low temperatures. So it looks like G15 and G16. So let's go ahead and turn that one off. Turn that one off. And then all we have left are the sensors that are moving quite a bit during the day. These sensors, I've looked at sensor data now for over 10 years. So these are most likely out of the grain mass. These are at the top of each sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jot these down. What we're going to want to do is go to sensor settings, and we're going to just want to turn these off so that they're not that we're giving the controller the most accurate information possible. Okay, and that's all you do. You hit save and apply. Now, if you don't have ADLink, this is certainly still possible that you can still do this. What I would recommend is that you go out to the controller in the morning or when it's cold, and write down your sensor. Write down all your readings on a piece of paper. And then go back sometime in the middle part of the day, preferably when the sun's beating down on the bin roof. And that headspace temperature will increase all of those sensors. So you're going to want to write those down, see which ones have changed, because as you'll notice here in the graph, sensors just don't change a whole lot when they're in the grain mass. These did because I turned this controller on for just a moment, so it blew some air into the bin. But typically, sensors that are in the grain, they'll only move a couple of degrees, unless there's some faint run time. But then you'll still notice how they change over time. So, okay, so let's go ahead and update readings here now. Let's go down here and take a look, and you can see that it's updated to 44. It's not quite a lot, but it's enough. So it's always good to do sensor management. If you're in storage mode or using hotspotting, it's very essential that you turn off sensors that are in the grain, because as you can see, when we were graphing these sensors, they rose pretty quickly from the morning to afternoon. So if you were using hotspotting, the controller would detect that as a hotspot and would turn on the controller, and it would be blowing in 66 degree air into your bin that is still in the 40s. And that might not be something that you want to do. So you'll just want to make sure that you are keeping an eye on that and turning off them sensors to make sure the controller is running correctly. All right. If you have any questions whatsoever, please give us a call at 888-474-2467. Press option 3 and then option 5. That'll get you through the call tree a little quicker. If you want to send us an email, please go ahead and send that to AgriDry support at agcocorp.com. Thank you for watching our video. Have a nice day.